Argentina's internationally acclaimed media law was passed in 2009. Ever since, the country's largest media empire, the Clarín Group, has carried out a strategy which seeks to delay its outright adaptation. The judiciary has been accused of favoring Clarín, especially after a recent decision by the Supreme Court, which waived a large fine for not complying with the new law. Lil Poletti now with this report.
Since 2009, Argentina's largest multimedia empire, the Clarín Group, has done all it can to avoid having to adapt to Argentina's new media law. After appealing to the Supreme Court, it took 3 long years for the court to issue a ruling favouring the legislation.
The
ruling does not solve the whole problem because there are judges who continue to act in accordance with the interests of the Clarín Group. There is always a way to place another precautionary measure where the debate is no longer the constitutionality of the law but the application of it. In the end, it achieves the same objective, which is to delay the sell-off of Clarin's now excessive assets, according to the law.
Specialists argue that the Supreme Court's recent decision to waive a large fine against Clarín is just another example of how a part of the judiciary seems to destabilize the government, a strategy employed in other soft coups in the region.
As happened in Honduras or Paraguay, a sector of the judiciary has been used. Here in Argentina, they cannot use the legislative branch for that, because the ruling Front for Victory coalition has a majority in both chambers. Unfortunately, they cannot resort to the legislative side of things, so they turn to a part of the judiciary instead.
Many believe that the light is being shed on who exactly is behind the wave of institutional destabilization in this country, with the Clarín Group being a constant player in that field.
This is part of a strategy from a political sector that is antagonistic to the national project led by Cristina Fernández. And precisely as an expression of this antagonistic political power, they are acting in the political arena, they are acting in the media, and they are acting in the judiciary. And this is becoming increasingly clear.
The Clarín Group openly and unashamedly uses its giant multimedia platform to move its wide range of influences. Its objective? To help bring down the government, and it is fair to say that it is prepared to go as far as it takes with the US behind it, even if that means bringing it down well before this year's presidential election. From Buenos Aires, Leo Politico.